Perfect combination, a world-class sporting event and a world-class resort. Welcome to Bintan Island and the 2013 Metaman. Iron distance, half iron distance and blitz. 3 races in one over a fantastic weekend. Plenty of local support for the pros and the age groupers alike as we get set for the second edition of Metaman. For the age group competitors, this could be a life-affirming or a life-changing event. Had its own sports expo, complete with the latest, greatest fitness and sporting gear. Taking in the sights with the pros, such as Courtney Atkinson from Australia. And of course, before any such event, there was the traditional carbo loading party. Preparation for what lay ahead. Well, because of the heat, it is an early start for the Metaman for 2013. It is 6 o'clock in the morning here in Bintan, and I'm joined in commentary by 10-time New Zealand Ironman champion Cameron Brown. And Cam, you had a little bit to do with this event. You were involved in the planning stages early on.
Yeah, I was up there and testing out the course and had a little training camp there. And yeah, it's a spectacular island and just a
favourites as we get set for the beach start. Cameron Brown, a long time ago now, you were in the same position. You moved up from ITU competition, Olympic distance, and got into the iron distance races. What do you expect that Courtney's going to go through here?
Yeah, he'll just try to take that swim very, very fast. You know, he's a phenomenal swimmer, and everyone will be trying to get on his feet as quickly as possible. But I think he's such a good swimmer that he'll just get away, and he's probably going to be a group of 4 or 5 athletes that are just going to try and get in a group and draft and conserve energy.
He's using this as a bit of a hit out for Kona, Hawaii, coming up in around about 6 or 7 weeks' time.
Yeah, she's that's her main goal for this year, and but this is going to be a good blowout. You know, same conditions as Hawaii. It's 35 degrees out here today, and you know, just same conditions. So
well, Cameron, and that's Chris McCormick in his early attempts at Hawaii.
Yeah, no, it takes a while for some athletes to get used to Ironman, but you know, as Courtney said, he had a great race in Samui. It was
he covered in sweat and dried salt on their cheeks.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of these athletes, especially if they're wearing black shorts, they'll just be covered in salt in the after this bike ride. And if you're a heavy sweater, then you know, taking on fluid and salt. A lot of these athletes too will take salt tablets throughout the day. Sometimes, you know, up to 20, 30 salt tablets.
This is Candice Hammond.
Yeah, no, Candice is she's still looking good. She's rocking on that bike a little bit too much, but you know, again, her strong part is still to come, the run, and if she can get close to these the girls up front, you know, she'll be able to put in a good run.
Gina Crawford currently in second in the women's race. They're all chasing down, well, trying to chase down Carolyn Steffen, known as Xena, probably for her exploits on the bike rather than the run. She is a phenomenal cyclist.
Yeah, she scares the boys. You know, it's not, you know, quite often that she'll finish, you know, top 10 overall in these iron distance races, and I think today's going to be no difference.
And this is a woman we're talking about. She's putting time into the rest of the female competitors here. She's a 2-time runner-up at the Hawaii Ironman. She's a 2-time ITU distance champion. Her run has always been
weakest discipline the most.
So we go from the women's leader to the men's leader, and the leader of the race overall. This is Courtney Atkinson from Australia heading into transition. He'll swap.
Yeah, this first lap and just going to be about controlling pace, and you know, he's built up a lead. It's stayed the same. It's still 3 minutes on these 3 guys, and you know,
and be out onto the full marathon run. Once again, uncharted territory for Courtney Atkinson from the Gold Coast. Atkinson is 6 laps of a 7k loop, and taking in the verdant forest, some forest track, and of course the beautiful coastal pathways as well.
Yeah, I made sure I ran this course when I was in Bintan, and it's a tough one. You know, some flat sections and then some hills out the back. But here's Caroline coming in. She'll be yeah, hats on for that run course, and again, more sunscreen.
Second off the bike for the women is Gina Crawford as Carolyn Steffen heads out of transition and onto her full marathon run. Has a quick look at her watch. So she's obviously sort of treating this as a bit of a training run as much as anything else.
Yeah, here's Tim van Berkel. You know, he's looking good at this stage, but again, it's early on, and again, it's just controlling these first initial laps and running within yourself and not trying to go out too hard.
This is a man you said that's a danger. Cam, this is Fredrik Cronenberg from Sweden.
Yeah, he always just looks like he's running 10k, just so smooth and just so relaxed. And Freddie's always got a smile on his face, and you know, he just runs with ease.
We talked before about the transition from swimming to cycling. Well, now we transition from cycling to running. How long does it take you to, as they say, get your legs back?
Probably, yeah, within the first few k's for these elites. You know, they're used to running off the bike. They'll do it in training, you know, sort of twice a week. But you know, in a race like this, you're going to feel like jelly for a little bit. But you know, they'll get into it, get into their groove. And you know, Courtney, he's just covering himself, you know, with water. Take on nutrition. He'll take on Coke. He'll take on water. He'll take on a electrolyte drink, and just do that every aid station after every aid station. It's just a must. Otherwise, you know, if you miss one out there, then you'll pay for it a few k's later.
And that's part of the learning process, isn't it? Knowing what your nutrition is. A lot of people say the fourth event in triathlon, especially iron distance triathlon, is nutrition.
Oh, definitely. It's something that takes a long time for some athletes to get used to, and you know, maybe Courtney, he'll experience that today, but all these other pros, you know, they've done numerous Ironmans, and they know what their body can hold.
Carolyn Steffen looking very good here in the early stages of Number 16 is Angie Castle. That's all she'll be thinking about now. We go back to the half Ironman, and this is the men's winner. This is James Hodge from Australia. He's the leader overall in the 20 to 24 age category. In fact, he's going to come through and win the half iron distance Metaman 2013 in a time of 4:20.10. Led out of the bike course and continued to lead right through the 21.1 kilometre run. So a good effort, and obviously paying for that effort now in these.
In the men's race with Courtney Atkinson not finishing on that run course, so these girls will just go all the way.
Well, Carolyn Steffen can afford to walk.
And every time you see him at a turnaround, that he'll just be scaring the guys in front. And Tim, yeah, I think he's still looking good, still in control, and his destiny, I think, is 9 years of age, and a fantastic win for the old fellas, that's for sure.
Bit of personal opinion coming in here from Cameron. It's the Aussie that's going to claim the majority of the money here at the Metaman. Crosses the finish line, and a good time in the conditions for Courtney Ogden, and you bet that he's happy.
Yeah, he's just soaking it up. That's his biggest ever payday for this man either. Tim van Berkel, he'll be happy with that. He's got to the finish line, and he'll be glad to see that, and he's finished well, and yeah, he'll be on the massage table right away.
I think this race is preparation.
Yeah, she'll be loving that. You know, she had a phenomenal bike ride, 4 hours 49 minutes, and then topped it off with a 3 hour and 29 minute marathon. So it's a pretty good training day for her, and the next 6 weeks will be all about, you know, a little bit of recovery, but a little bit of speed, and hopefully that'll put her in great position and to take off that #1 spot in Hawaii.
So she's completed the 3.8 kilometre swim, the 180 kilometre bike ride, and the 42.2 full marathon run in 9 hours 13 minutes and 57 seconds. And look at this, she's got energy to dance with the lions here on the finish line. So the men's full results sees Courtney Ogden from Australia taking the win from another Australian in Tim van Berkel. In third place it was Fredrik Cronenberg from Sweden, and in fourth place it was Matty White from Australia. Also from Australia, and in fifth place, Justin Granger. Whilst in the women's results, it was an all-the-way win from start to finish virtually for Carolyn Steffen from Switzerland with a winning time of 9:13.57. Gina Crawford of New Zealand finishing second in 9:28.17, and in third place, Candice. There is no doubt that the 2013 edition of Metaman was a huge success, especially for Courtney Ogden, recording his biggest ever success. A win too for Carolyn Steffen from Switzerland, followed by New Zealand's Gina Crawford and Candice Hammond. So, as the cut-off time approached, the pros came back to welcome home the last finishers. That set off the fireworks, and that set off the reputation for Metaman 2013. The Hawaii Ironman started in 1978 and has grown year to year. Metaman looks sure to do the same in the Asia Pacific region.